Hello student. Today we will discuss about the accounting principle. Before go through the chapter, we can know about the accounting. Accounting का मतलब क्या होता है? Accounting का ज़रूरत क्या होता है? ये सब जानेंगे. We all know that we are human being. Our mind is limited, so we cannot remember all the transaction of the business. Because of this reason, the accounting is come. In the book's definition, accounting is the art of recording, classifying, समराइजिंग एंड एनालाइजिंग द बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शन. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? पहले हम सारे ट्रांजैक्शन को जर्नल के थ्रू रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. देन वी कैन ट्रांसफर टू द लेजर. देन वी कैन ट्रांसफर टू द ट्रायल बैलेंस. आफ्टर दैट we can analyzing the what are the financial position of the business, what are the profit we can earn out of the end of the year. सारे जानते हैं थ्रू द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट. एंड प्रिंसिपल किसे कहते हैं? जो रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन हम फॉलो करते हैं ना, उसको ही हम अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल कहते हैं. सो लेट्स गो डिस्कस अबाउट द अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल. मीनिंग ऑफ अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स. Accounting principles are the guideline and rule followed by the company while reporting financial data. Those rules and regulations which can follow at the time of preparing the financial statement. These rules and regulation is also known as accounting principles. To present a fair and accurate view of the state of affairs of the organization, an organization must prepare its financial statement in accordance with the acceptable accounting principle. If I want to know the exact result from the financial statement, that means to know the exact position of the business and want to know the exact profit that the company can earn at the end of this year, we must follow the accounting principle. We must follow the rules and regulation. दिस प्रोसीजर को हम क्या बोलते हैं? गैप. गैप का मतलब क्या होता है? जनरल एक्सेप्टेड अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल. दे रिप्रेजेंट द मोस्ट प्रिवेलिंग व्यू ऑन हाउ टू रिकॉर्ड ऑन अकाउंटिंग इंफॉर्मेशन एंड हाउ द डाटा शुड बी प्रेजेंटेड. दिस अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल हेल्प टू नो द how to record the accounting information and how the information should be presented in the front of the users of accounting, that means creditor, बैंकर, सप्लायर, गवर्नमेंट, मैनेजमेंट एक्सेट्रा. ये जो अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल होते हैं ना, ये हमको हेल्प करते हैं कैसे हम जो इन्फॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करे हैं, कैसे हम रिकॉर्ड करना है, कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट, और कैसे ये रिप्रेजेंट करना है यूजर्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट के सामने. ये सब सिखाते हैं अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल. फीचर्स ऑफ अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल्स. Principles are man-made and are not tested in laboratory. जैसे ही हम प्रिंसिपल का नाम सुनते हैं ना, हमारे दिमाग में एक ही चीज़ चलता है, वो एक साइंस का टर्म है, इसलिए वो लेबोरेटरी में टेस्ट होगा. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है. ये जो प्रिंसिपल है ना, वह एक हमारे जैसा एक आदमी ने ही बनाया है, वो किसी लेबोरेटरी में टेस्ट नहीं हुआ है. They do not characterize the financial statement, but they contribute in preparing the financial statement. The accounting principle is not the characteristics of financial statement, but it can help in preparing financial statement because it can provide some rules and regulation. With the help of these rules and regulation, we can prepare the financial statement. So, they contribute in preparing the financial statement. They are based on the fact and are not influenced by the personal biasness. अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल ऐसा नहीं होता है हमको ज़रूरत है हम एक्सेप्ट कर लेंगे, उसको ज़रूरत नहीं हो छोड़ देंगे, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. ये पर्सनल बायसनेस को बिल्कुल इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं करता है. The principles are accepted generally only if they are feasible, relevant and applied without much difficulty. हम अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल को एक्सेप्ट करते हैं जो कि अकाउंट को रिलेवेंट होता है. ऐसा नहीं कि फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री का रिलेवेंट है हम उसको अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल मान लेते हैं. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. जो टर्म अकाउंटिंग का रिलेवेंट होता है उसको ही हम एक्सेप्ट करते हैं अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल के तौर में. और which principle which can apply easily without much difficulty, those principles are generally accepted. अकाउंटिंग प्रिंसिपल का दो पार्ट होता है. एक पार्ट है Accounting concept and accounting convention. Accounting concepts define the assumption on the basis of which financial statement of business entity are prepared. Accounting concept define the assumption. Concept means idea which are universally application. Concept means those idea which can universally applicable. Those idea जो सब फॉलो कर सकते हैं उसको ही हम कंसेप्ट बोलते हैं. It mainly help in recording of business transaction and preparing financial account. This accounting concept help in recording the business transaction and also help in preparing the financial statement and presenting the financial statement in the front of the users of accounting. Next, we can discuss about the accounting convention. It emerges out of accounting practices adopted by various organizations over a period of time. Those processes or those rules which can followed by the various organizations since long year, this process or this rules is also known as accounting convention. It focuses on preparation and presentation of financial statement. Just like accounting concept, it also help in preparing the financial statement and presenting the financial statement in the front of the users of financial statement. It need not have universally application. ये जो कन्वेंशन होता है ना उसको ज़रूरत नहीं कि हम लोग इसको फॉलो करें. अगर हमको अच्छा लगे तो हम फॉलो कर सकते हैं, नहीं तो हम छोड़ सकते हैं. ऐसा कुछ बाउंड नहीं है उसको फॉलो करने के लिए. कन्वेंशन डिनोट कस्टम और ट्रेडिशन विच आर इन यूज सिंस लॉन्ग. जैसे हम बोले हैं जो ट्रेडिशन और जो कस्टम बहुत साल से चलता आ रहा है उसको ही हम कन्वेंशन बोलते हैं. Then accounting concept. The first concept is business entity concept. Here the distinction is made between company and proprietor in accounting. According to this concept, the proprietor of the business is completely different from the business. The proprietor is treated as the supplier of fund or the creditor for the company for making investment. Thus, he is always treated as liability as the amount remains due to him. This concept says that the proprietor of the business or the owner of the business is treated as the creditor for the company or the supplier of fund for the company. So, he is always treated as the liability for the company. For example, if a company earns some profit, then this profit is only for the company, not the owner. The owner can take only some portion of this profit as a interest of the capital or the salary, but he cannot take all the profit of the company. And another thing, the asset and the liability of the owner cannot the asset and liability of the business. It is completely different. The profit or the income earned by the business remain the income for the company unless it is distributed to the owner. The capital considered as the liability. According to this concept, the capital of the business is treated as the liability of the company. It can show the left hand side of balance sheet. Next, money measurement concept. This concept is based on the assumption that the business transactions are made and recorded in terms of money. According to the concept, only those transactions are recorded in the books of account which can express in the terms of money or which can converted in the terms of money. Only those transactions are recorded in the books of account. The books of account do not record a fact or financial transaction or event that cannot be conveyed in monetary term. Only those transactions which cannot express in the terms of money or which cannot convert it into money, the transaction cannot be recorded in the books of account. One of the limitation of money measurement concept is that there are various transactions which can affect the business, but because of cannot converted into the money, we cannot record this transaction in the books of account. For example, the profit of the company can decline continuously because of the poor performance of the employee due to dissatisfaction. But we cannot record this transaction in the books of account because the satisfaction of the employee cannot measure in the terms of money. So we cannot record this transaction in the books of account. Next is going concern concept. It assumes that the business will continue to function for a long time in future. According to this concept, we will assume that the business will continue for the long future. It states that the purpose of the business is to last for a long period in future in order to carry out its commitment and existing activity. दिस कंसेप्ट क्या बोलता है, हम जो बिज़नेस करते हैं ना, क्या सोच कर स्टार्ट करते हैं, हम बिज़नेस बहुत साल तक चलाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं कि 2-3 साल में बंद कर देंगे। ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं होता है। जब हम स्टार्ट करते हैं हम सोचते हैं कि हम बिज़नेस बहुत साल तक चलाना है। The company is regarded as an ongoing concern. According to this concept, the company is regarded as the ongoing concern. Because of this concept, we cannot realize the asset of the business. We can only depreciate the amount from the asset and continue for the future. Next, accounting period concept. Accounting period is an interval of time for which the accounting is done. The life of the business is divided into smaller and measurable time period. At the end of this period, the company prepares its financial statement. According to this concept, we must prepare the financial statement at the end of this accounting period. Accounting period is the interval of time for which the accounting is done. Accounting period is mainly 1 year. It is also known as accounting year, fiscal year, financial year, etc. All the revenue and all costs related to the year the operation must be taken into consideration in order to match the income and expenditure of those earning for each accounting period. This accounting period concept says that all the income for that year and all the expenditure incurred for that year we must consideration in preparation of financial statement so that we can know the exact earning for that year. Next, cost concept. According to this concept, the asset must be recorded at the value of the acquisition, not their market value. For example, we can purchase an asset rupees 1 lakh, then we must record it in the books of account is 1 lakh minus depreciation, not the current market value. It is also known as historical cost concept because it records the cost that was incurred in the past to acquire the asset. इसको हम historical cost concept भी कहते हैं because जो हम बुक ऑफ अकाउंट में रिकॉर्ड करते हैं ना, वो हम जो पास्ट में जो खरीदते हैं एसेट उसका वैल्यू मेंशन करते हैं, नॉट द करंट वैल्यू, इसलिए हम हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट कंसेप्ट भी कहते हैं. नेक्स्ट, एक्रूअल कंसेप्ट. अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस कंसेप्ट, payment and expenses are credited and debited when earned or incurred. For example, we can sell a goods to someone but receive the amount in next year. At that situation, according to this concept, we can record it in the books of account at the time when the title of the goods can be transferred, not the amount can be received. Dual asset concept. All the transaction of the business has two aspects. The representation of this aspect each transaction is known as dual asset concept. All the transaction event we must record it in the financial statement. In every transaction there are two aspects. One is debit and another is credit. Because of this we can also known as dual asset concept. As per this concern, all the financial transactions have dual asset. One is debit and another is credit. The double entry bookkeeping is popular because of two entries are made for each transaction. This equation for dual asset concept is asset equal to liabilities plus capital. The asset must be equal to the liabilities and capital of the businesses. Matching concept. Matching principle state that business should match the related revenue and expenses in the same period. According to this concept, the business must record the related revenue and expenses in the same period. For clear and easy tracking, it's idea that both of them fall within the same period of time. For comparison, we must record the related revenue expenses in the same period. This principle works with the concept that the business must incur expenses to earn revenue. Next, we can discuss about the accounting convention. The first convention is materiality convention. According to this convention, there are various events that are not relevant for the businesses. The cost of recording this event is not justified. According to this convention, those information which can relevant for the businesses, that information only recorded in the books of account. Otherwise, we can forget the information. This concept asks the accountant to report only that information which can affect decision making. Such information is known as materiality information. According to this convention, the concept asks the accountant that this information is helpful in decision making or relevant to the accountant. If the answer is yes, then the accountant recorded this information in the books of account. Otherwise, he cannot record this information in the books of account. The relevant information is also known as material information. Next, conservatism convention. Here, the accountant follow the rule no profit is allowed but all the possible losses are foreseen while recording the business transaction. ये कन्वेंशन क्या बोलते हैं ना, सारे अकाउंटेंट एक रूल फॉलो करते हैं. वो जो रूल है ना, प्रॉफिट ना होता चलेगा लेकिन लॉस नहीं होना चाहिए. जो वो ट्रांजैक्शन को रिकॉर्ड करते हैं ना, इसका इस टाइम वो इस रूल को ध्यान रखते हैं. The convention has led to formation of various provisions in order to meet expenses and liability. According to this convention, every business must create some provision or reserve in order to meet the expenses and liability which can occur in future. Next, consistency convention. According to this convention, once the firm decide about the method and technique of recording the transaction, then they should be continued in the future. According to this convention, if a business can follow the method and technique the recording the transaction, then he can continue this method and technique in future, not change year by year. For example, if a business can follow the SLI method, that means straight line method, for calculating depreciation, so that this business can follow this method in every year, not change in the every next year. Next, this is done so that there is a consistency in result which enable for fair comparison. According to this concept, we can consistency our method so that we can compare the financial statement in 1 year to next year because of our method is consistency. And the last convention is full disclosure convention. As per this convention, the user of financial statement shall be notified of any fact required for the correct interpretation of the declaration. According to the convention, we must record all the detail of the businesses must be recorded in the financial report or any corresponding note. If there is any changes in the method or technique, we must mention these changes or technique in the corresponding note of the financial report. Full disclosure might be made in the financial report or in the corresponding note. Thank you for your patience. Please like, share and subscribe.